In 1846, a carpenter with a bad cough arrived at the port of Tórshavn in the Faroe Islands. The Faroes are very remote islands in the far northern Atlantic. The carpenter was coming home from Copenhagen, Denmark, where he'd contracted a virus that he carried home in his chest. He had the measles. The Faroes had not seen the measles virus for 65 years. Its reappearance was dramatic. Over the course of 5 months, around 6,000 of the 7,800 inhabitants on the islands were infected, and over 100 of them died. Then the pathogen ran out of victims, and the chain of transmission was extinguished, done in by its own violence. The measles virus again disappeared from the Faroes. Why does this episode matter? Because it tells us something about a very weird virus and its even weirder host. Measles is a freak of nature. It's a virus that can only infect humans. It's so contagious that it spreads like wildfire anytime it's introduced to a new susceptible population. And in fact, it's so contagious that it will go extinct in months unless it has a giant population, something like 500,000 people, to sustain its transmission. This tells us something about us. Measles only survives because humans learned to build cities where such a highly specialized and contagious virus could possibly find a continuous chain of transmission. In short, measles exists because we exist. In the immortal words of the rock band, The Doors, people are strange. From nature's perspective, human beings are highly unusual. We simply have lots of germs, and they're unusually specialized in infecting us. They're also unusually virulent. If we measure ourselves against our closest relatives, the chimpanzees, we come out much the worse for the comparison. Chimps have a lot of germs by animal standards, but the number of germs that infect humans is vastly larger. Moreover, whereas chimps suffer from a relative abundance of worms and protozoa, humans have an exceptional number of bacteria and viruses that transmit directly and quickly between hosts. We, in fact, are a grave danger to our primate cousins, who often suffer and die when exposed to the pathogens that humans carry in our lungs and guts. There's a reason why we have so many germs: our history. Plagues Upon the Earth tells the story of how humans came to accumulate so many pathogens and what it's meant for us as a species. The human germ pool is an artifact of our unique history. We dispersed across the planet, learned to domesticate plants and animals, built cities and sprawling networks of trade, and have multiplied to now nearly 8 billion. From a germs perspective, we're an irresistible host. In a sense, then, we created our germs, and they, in turn, have shaped the world that we live in ways that are both subtle and grand, visible and invisible. Plagues Upon the Earth helps us see how the sometimes hidden history of disease has structured the rise of capitalism, imperialism, and inequality both within and between societies. It tells how science and enlightened policy liberated us from the doom of early death, and it reminds us that the quest for good health remains an unfinished project on a planet where billions still live in poverty. Just as poignantly, it's a necessary reminder that humans can never completely eliminate the threat of infectious disease. In the midst of the COVID-19 crisis, Plagues Upon the Earth helps us understand how we got here as a species and gives us a history that can inform where we go.